Let me share a little bit about my guest, Jerry Martin. Jerry's been labeled a serial entrepreneur, owning 20 businesses in the last 20 years. Jerry's owned all kinds of businesses that go from child care centers, anytime fitness locations, and he also started his own franchise called 24 Hour Tan. He's also owned several Fit Body boot camps, and he's been helping gym owners get more clients, get better results, and add more revenue to their business. And he does that because he's the owner and creator of TLS for Professionals. It's a nutrition and supplement system for gyms. And MyFit Members, which is a nutrition education accountability software, which is about to be released at the conference. This is revolutionary software with a bulletproof accountability system guaranteed to improve your member results and retention. So without further ado, I want to welcome Jerry Martin. I know I gave you a brief intro, but I really wanted you to explain a little more about your story, how your business ventures began and where you are right now, how you got there. I'd love for you to share that if you would.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm just getting used to talking about myself. I never wanted to come across that bragging or.
Don't be shy.
Little background about me, which is interesting. Of course, I was raised in a trailer park most of my life. A lot of people don't know that I'm legally blind also. So had the cards stacked against me in the beginning. But I can way back remember when I was 12 that I wanted to have my own business. It's always been a dream of mine, and ever since I can remember, that's what I wanted. Started with cutting grass. I was 12, 13 years old, and I did have to go into workforce. I was a retail manager for years. My first opportunity to owning a real business was a vending machine business. My father-in-law had some gumball machines, and just kind of gave it to me in a location. So I grew that in a year's time to a six-figure business, which was pretty cool. End up selling that business and bought a daycare center. Never thought in a million years I would be on a daycare center. So I was Mr. Jerry for I don't know how many years. But was able to buy that business for the lady she was leaving town. She only had about 25 kids in this small center, and she wanted $6,000 for the business, and that was all the classroom materials, of course not the building, but was able to grow that tiny daycare business. It held 30 kids max at the time, and when I sold it back 3 years ago, it had 141 capacity, making over $800,000 a year. So it was the transition of growing that was very, very neat. And in the midst of that, opened up Anytime Fitness location in our same small town. And found a partner, went in business with a partner at that location, and ended up growing over a 6-year period. We ended up with 7 locations of Anytime Fitness, and they were, in the top 5% of the company. They did well. Mm-hmm. And, and then from there, we had a 24-hour tan franchise that we own. And then currently, we own 7 Hive partners. We own 7 Fit Body boot camps and plan to open 4 by the end of the year, in the middle of opening 3 right now. But to go back and say that, everybody says, hey, how did you get there? I can always say, and this is it's one of my wife hates it because I never take no for an answer. I just never take no. When I thought back, when I bought the daycare business, I was under bankruptcy from my first marriage, and went to the bank. They turned me down. I went back to the bank. And finally, the owner of the bank took a chance on me. And I've always had that mindset: is there's never no. There's always their way around a problem. So even today, if somebody says, no, you can't do that, I'm on the phone or I'm checking other avenues out. I look at no's as a road, as like detours in the road, just kind of bounce around them. So if you can, only thing I can say, that's been my greatest asset. So if you guys want to grow your own business or be in business or just get what you want out of life, just don't take no. Too many people settle. Even quick phone calls, they'll call and say, trying to fix a problem, says, well, nobody answered. Okay, we'll call somebody else. And that's my thing. I first thing is like, well, okay, but most people just give up there. So just keep moving forward, never take no, and you'll get what you want. I say this sometimes, it makes me sound cocky, but I don't want to make that. It's like everything I've wanted, I've gotten. I've never not gotten what I wanted. And if you have in your heart, if it's what you want and you put enough work into it, you can have anything in this world. And that's the cool thing. And a lot of people miss that miss that. So
I think that's volume to the paradigm of entrepreneur. I can see how you got that title. But I think that's volumes to what a lot of people do. They have great ideas, they have great skills, they get out there to go for it. And then some little thing happens and just sets them back. I mean, I'm sure you had setbacks when you started, right?
I still have setbacks. I've been sued. I've lost a business one time, and many times wondering if I'm going to be able to pay my rent through the process of owning your own business. Because everybody says you own your own business, you're rich, you got it. That can be true, and sometimes it's a struggle. I look at it as being rich because I'm able to be in control of my life and control, what I do. So another thing I want to put out there to help, that helps me and would help anybody who's watching, is positive. Always thinking positive, no matter what. Universe works. If you put out positive actions, you will receive positive actions.
Absolutely.
And that kind of goes with never take no, because there's always a yes. There's always, and if you believe hard enough, it'll happen. There's so many wonderful people that's come into my life. The people that's operating these gyms, each one of the locations that we own, the person running it will end up owning that location within about 3 years. So we're able to take a person that's always won their own business, train them, mentor them, put them into business, put a little sweat equity in, but in about a 3-year period, 90% of that business is theirs. So we already have a couple of success stories so far that's come out of that. And to me, I love that I'm able to do that. So that's why we do so many locations. We upfront and put them in business, and we sell them over a 3-year period.
I think that the best tool somebody can have in their toolbox is that positive attitude, because whether you're in an MLM or a brick and mortar business or any kind of business, you're always going to have people who say no, people who aren't interested in what you do. Or if it's fitness, there's tons of people who don't want to exercise. Everybody needs to, but they don't. But I think that positive attitude is the hugest tool that we have in our toolbox, because when you have that and you know what you want and you think positively every day, things just start to happen. They just start to come into your life, and you say, oh, gee, well, that relates to where I'm going. Isn't that a coincidence? And it really isn't a coincidence. It really is drawing the energy that you put out, I think. And that's kind of what you're describing, right?
Oh gosh, yes. Like I've said, opportunities, people who's come in their life, I sit back and I'll tell my wife, I said, I don't know how this happens, but this person coming in my life today that basically is going to change. And this happened last week. That's going to change everything we do from this point forward. And it's amazing that even happened, because the chances of that happening, when I was talking to him on the phone, I thought he was a sales rep. And so I got to talk to him. I said, wait a minute, you're not a sales rep. He said, no, I'm the owner of the company. And then end up talking to him. He said, I very rarely answer this phone. He said, I answer the phone when you're on. And it was just this, we connected. Man, it's going to be amazing.
The way it happens. And you changed somebody else's life with that interaction. Somebody else's life just changed from that interaction too. And that's kind of just how it happens. But I think that the whole foundation is that staying positive, knowing in your heart and soul and mind that is happening. You are in the process of that happening. No matter what the step is, you're in the process, and you just really have to stick with it. It's the people that give up that don't succeed. I mean, you can't succeed if you give up.
No, you can't. Being in business, if it was easy, everybody be in business. So it is hard. It's a lot of work. You can't give up. One thing I want to say about positive, the mindset of positive, I started about 3 years ago. If anybody asks me how I'm doing, doesn't matter how bad I feel, what the day is, it doesn't matter. It's always, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. That's all I know how to say. But when I started doing that, I started getting more smiles. I started getting people to look back at me, wow. So I've got to a little habit now. Somebody says, oh, I'm doing all right. I said, hey, are you really doing all right? Are you doing great? And they kind of look at me and go, you know what? I'm doing great. So just that little bit, and it just trickles from there, because you don't know what type of positive influence you're going to put on a person, whether you're walking by them in a parking lot, whether you're talking to them in the store. If you're always talking positive and have that glow about you because you love life, they will be attracted to you. That's where you're going to get your member base. That's where you're going to get your clients, is you got to be that attracted people that's attracted to you. I'm okay at it. My wife, oh my gosh, she's amazing at it. She's like a magnet. I wish I had that ability, but if you come in 10 feet of her, you're sucked in by her knowledge, her passion, her beauty. It's just everything about her is amazing.
She's got great guns, Jerry. I saw them. She's got you can I had those at one time. But so you've been through the good, you've been through the bad. Now you're in a really good place. You own a lot of businesses. You're doing well, and you actually are doing some successful. You're coaching some people to success yourself, correct? I mean, you're doing some business coaching at this event that you're putting on. What got you to the point of wanting to put this event on in the first place? And what are you going to be sharing of yourself a little bit, when you're there? I mean, you're going to do some speaking yourself, right?
Correct. Yes. So I've been coaching for about the last year and a half. So I currently, coach about 50 gym owners, and just how to grow the business, how to get clients in the door, how to keep clients, how to make money outside your four walls, how to just add profit to the bottom line. And so that's been great. I love giving back. And honestly, in the last year and a half, I hadn't charged a dime. I just, I just believe in paying it forward. If you pay it forward, you'll get in return. But I went to a convention in Denver about 6 months ago, and Craig Valentine was put the convention on. He's going to be speaking at our event, and he is the author of the Perfect Day Formula. So his is all about mindset of controlling yourself, controlling your day, making sure you're in control of your day and don't let your day control you. And that's the first steps of being successful in a business. But anyway, I started talking to him there, and I was saying, hey, there's a lot of fitness conferences over on the West Coast. We need some on the East Coast. And he just looked at me and said, let's do one. So, oh, wow, okay.
Here it is almost, right? Wow. And a lot goes into that. So you've got an amazing line of heavy hitters in the fitness industry at this conference. So, that's pretty impressive right there. So I'd love for you to talk a little bit about maybe who we might be able to hear speak and what they might share, or anything that you can tell us about sort of the meat and potatoes of what the conference is going to be all about.
Right. Well, when me and my partner Joey was looking at putting on this conference, one thing we wanted to create a flow. And it's really the proper flow in a fitness business or any other business. It all starts with mindset. And that's a mindset of you as an owner, and if you have employees, how to make sure they have the right mindset. So what falls down to the customers, right? In the fitness industry, the second one should be nutrition. A lot of fitness professionals go into the business, whether they're a supplement rep or whether they're a personal trainer, they don't learn nutrition. And that is really the key to helping somebody be successful. You can have all the supplements you want out there, but unless you actually teach them the basics of nutrition and how to eat, supplements are great. To me, they're performance. They add to your life and make it better, but they're not a perfect pill that's going to take all your stress away or your weight away. The third one was systems. Systems are important in every business, no matter what you do. I've been a multi-level marketing rep too, and you have to have some detailed systems to keep up with all the people in your organization, making sure you're touching all of them. And the last one is, of course, marketing. Because once you take care of those first three things, marketing and how to get your clients, is very important. So I want to make sure we had a speaker in every one of these departments.
That's awesome. That's awesome, because that really is all the most important things. And you can have a fairly well-rounded skill set in most of them, but you miss one, and you're really going to have a problem.
Yes, yeah, and you're right. And a lot of people miss it. And so when I start coaching, I just look for these 4 basic things, especially in the fitness business, and I can really help them just based out of that. A few speakers, of course, I talked about Craig. Of course, he's our keynote speaker, an amazing, amazing man. If you go to his website, Early to Rise, I think you can actually get a free copy of the book. I heard yesterday he was giving out free copies. But it's a great book of how to manage your day, how to take control of your day and not let your day control you. And then from there, I had made some notes here. We have James Simpson. James Simpson he owns a club, but the cool thing about James, his retention rate is over 90%. And
that's ridiculous.
It is crazy. And that's
ridiculous.
Very few people in the industry actually can say that. So he's going to come talk to us about mindset of the member and how to keep them engaged and retention, because that's very, very important. Retention is important no matter what business you're in. And I look forward to working with him in the future, because we want to build a retention program so we can teach other owners about retention. To announce the software program that we're in development now. So we're me and my wife's developing a software program. And it helps trainers, coaches, anybody in the wellness industry help teach nutrition to their clients in a systematic way. When you have, a couple hundred clients, it's hard to teach them everything they need to know. So not only this program will teach them, it gives them a little certification, the client a certification, so they get to earn certifications and level one.
That's really important. I think that's a great thing.
Yep, and accountability that is built in this program. It really holds the client accountable. They have to do certain things. If they don't, it shows up in reports. So it's a great little program, and I'm excited about putting that out.
And you're going to be unveiling this at the conference, is that right? This is the first time it's ever been seen to the public.
Yes, so there'll be a pre-sale rate there. First 50 people is going to get it at a very discounted rate. So yeah, if you're there, make sure you take us up. And it's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can't really lose.
Excellent.
Josh Carter, he is the CEO, he's the chief marketing person at Fit Body Bootcamp Corporate. He is well known for his Facebook skills of how to get clients from Facebook through a funnel into your email list, how to market to that list and get them into you as a customer. So he's going to be speaking about the 7 Facebook hacks. So if whatever business you're in, if you're not using Facebook potential, you're losing out.
That is very valuable right there. Let me tell you, and some of that software, I've been involved in a lot of that myself in the past year. And I got to tell you that there's so many different tools and so many different price points. And so it's going to be really good to hear from someone in the fitness industry on what's working and what isn't. Because, everybody's niche is different. A lot of the ones that I've seen, they're marketers and they're marketing to people who are marketers. But if you specifically want to get at, a certain group, then you really have to understand the psychology behind that and how to market to them. And that's great. That's going to be a fantastic workshop.
We have 3 speakers speaking about nutrition and supplementation. Kate, I'm gonna murder her last name. Lavosky. She works with Precision Nutrition, so she's going to talk about nutrition. We have Anthony DiMacquente. Now if you look up on Facebook, he is the what does he call himself? The biohack?
Biohacker. We love biohackers at Biohacking Wellness.
And Kevin Geary, he has a program that works in the mindset of the client. It's not a weight loss program. It's one of the clients that you come up to that that if they don't get it right up here, they'll never lose weight. So he has a program to condition their mind and get them ready to actually lose weight. And that's a big deal, because there's a lot of people who they suffer psychologically about the addictions to food. And unless you can address them, it's hard to ever get them to lose weight. They'll lose weight temporarily, but overall they'll gain it back.
Right.
So yeah, I have a wonderful lineup of speakers.
Excellent. So someone's gonna walk away with some actionable plans in their hand.
Yes.
To go home and teach their team, or hopefully they bring their team. I mean, this is the kind of event that you want to go with your team, because it really helps when the whole team gets that information all at once and everybody's kind of fired up and on the same page. It's hard to go back and rah-rah everybody if they haven't been there. So I think this is really one of those things where, you know, if you've got a small gym or, you know, a fitness boot camp business or something like that, bring your whole team. This is really something for the entire team. And Jerry, I'd love for you to share your special gift to people. You've got something you're going to be giving away free of charge to somebody, some lucky winner. Let's talk about that.
Oh, that's like, what are you talking about? Oh, I got it. Wait a minute.
You're going to be doing a little one-on-one coaching, are you not?
I do want to reiterate what you said earlier. Even when we had all the Anytime Fitness locations, every convention, we made sure we took all our employees, because we did in the beginning only the owners went, and it was, you're right, it's hard to relay the information, and really I'm losing my word, what do you call it?
It's sort of just like a motivational feeling when everybody as a team looks at each other and they get it and they go, oh, you know, this is why we're not succeeding. And they discuss that.
They get pumped up and they come back with a positive attitude, and they just seem to do better and work better because now they know why they're doing it, like you said. So yeah, anybody, I give one person, and I'll probably do two, probably do three, but anyway, before the event.
Paying it forward.
Yes. So if you want to contact me either through Facebook, Jerry Martin, or my email, jerry@myfitmembers.com. That's FIT, myfitmembers.com.
Let me see if I can type that in. Hold on.
So while she's doing that, so if you email me back when you see this video, I can get on a 30-minute phone call with you. If it goes 35 minutes, that's okay. If it goes 40 minutes, that's okay. And talk about your business. And maybe I can give you a few pointers of what's helped me and what the knowledge I've gained to help you grow your business. Because a lot of times it's just little pieces of information that you haven't been exposed to that will change everything about your business. So yeah, I'd love to give you talk to anybody who wants to talk. You know, the bad thing is I offer this a lot, and you'd be surprised how many people don't take you up on that. It is very strange because as I was moving up, every time I can get around a person that's more successful than me, even today, I want to make sure I do that because you can always learn something.
Right. It's very important to spend time around successful people who are doing what you want to do and doing it well. And I think that's what this conference really brings, is the ability to see the people who are just crushing it in their particular fields. I mean, you have a husband and wife team that are coming in to do some speaking, don't you, as well? And they own some, I think it's Fit Body boot camps, but she won some kind of a pretty prestigious title in the past year. It's a husband and wife team. Can't remember their last name.
Daniel and Brittany Wooden. So yeah, great couple. They work together. It's funny, we talk sometimes because me and my wife work together, and it's hard. Oh my gosh, it's hard sometimes, especially with me and my wife with type A personalities. We have our matching matches and stuff to figure things out. But,
can you see is that the correct email, Jerry? Can you see that?
I cannot see it, so.
You can't?
No, ma'am.
Jerry's going to be giving away one-on-one free coaching sessions to some 1, 2, or 3 lucky people if you email him myfitmembers.com. Okay, I just want to make sure we get that clear because obviously it's not coming up from where I typed it. So now we talked about participants, people who are wanting to come and learn and, you know, get immersed in what's working for people out there who are successful. But there's also opportunity for vendors. I mean, trainers or people that have products. So talk a little bit about that, if you would.
Yeah, Before I do, though, I do want to mention that I kind of touched on it, but a lot of owners and people in the industry that want to grow, they don't pursue knowledge. And you if you want to grow, you need to be going at least 2 events a year and just learning as much as you can. You need to be reading at least 4 books a year at the minimum to help yourself grow. So you're always looking for knowledge. You're always trying to find something that's going to help you. And so a lot of people look over these events and say, I don't need that. I don't need that. Well, if you don't need it, then you're probably going to be where you are 10 years from now. So you can always learn something. And for the price of these, for the price I'm going to offer today, you can't not come to it. So yes, vendors. So yes, we're allowing vendors to come in. We're going up to about 20 vendors. I think we're about 12 now. I'll have to get with Joey. There's different ways that a table will cost. There's a $300 table, and you'll get your name in the brochure. You'll get your information out on the exit email, and at the $500 level, you actually get 3 minutes on stage to talk about your product. Now, if there's some vendors out there that can refer people to us, tickets, and join the event, then you can possibly get the table for free. So that's all we really want is people at the event. So we bring vendors in. Vendors help us bring people to the event, and everybody's happy. So if you want to be a vendor, please contact me. It doesn't matter what product supplements. We'll talk about it, see if it fits in. If you're a credit card processor, if you're, just whatever that you want to provide your service, and you feel that this would be a good platform. We're looking to have a little over 200 people at the event is what we're shooting for. To maybe have a free table there is not so bad. So yeah, vendors are.
Get your stuff from people. So looking at maybe being able to see some of the new products maybe on the market. Some of the people are going to be, I'm sure, probably promoting their services, any specialized services that they have, along with all the workshops, is what I'm guessing. So
Yes.
that's going to be really, really exciting. So what I'm going to give them my discount.
East Coast Fitness and Nutrition Conference.com.
But I'm going to give you my 15% discount. So in order to claim the discount for the East Coast Fitness and Nutrition Conference, I should know that. I've only had to type it 1,000 times this week, .com. It'll take you to the website. And what you want to do is you want to type in the discount section, PRUV, like Victor, IT. And you will get an additional 15% off your admission to the conference. I want to talk a little bit about the venue. This is kind of an interesting venue for me because I'm in Florida, and it's in the Lake Buena Vista area, but it used to be, for anybody that's visited Florida before, it used to be called Downtown Disney. It's now called Disney Springs.
It's the Hilton. It's actually a little over half a mile walking distance to Disney Springs, so you're literally right across the street.
Beautiful.
Yes, we're going to have an after party at the hotel Friday evening, and I can only say it's not going to be a regular after party. We have something very, very special. You will laugh your butts off. You probably have the best time of your life. I experienced this one time on a cruise, and I will never forget how much fun I had. So I'm really excited about pulling that off, and it'll be the funniest thing you've ever seen. So yes, definitely stick around for that. Plus we'll have, music and dancing and alcohol. We got to have alcohol to have fun these days.
Of course. I mean, fitness people drink too.
Yes.
It sounds like a great, great conference. I'm really excited to hear the speakers. I'm really excited to hear the vendors. I'm actually going to be a vendor. So if you guys want to check out Pure Therapeutic Ketones, I just want to let you know that I'll be hanging out there at the Prove It and Keto OS booth. So come and check that out. Get a little sample of some exogenous ketones for your workout. Jerry's going to be talking about how to ramp up your business and don't make the same mistakes that some of us have made in the past, plenty of speakers. So Jerry, before we end tonight, I just want to make sure that we give out all the details and information for people to contact you. So go ahead again and just give your email address one final time for anyone contacting you for their interest in the one-on-one. But also if they want to try to have a discount for their table to be a vendor.
My email again is Jerry at myfitmembers.com. And you can always Facebook me or message me on Facebook. Just look for me, Jerry Martin, and the nice shiny bald head. Can't miss me. And then send me a message there. And I'm going to say this. I haven't told you. I just took my last keto packet, and I was skeptical. I'm always, but I'll try anything. I'm skeptical. What I did notice is I've been taking it right before I go to the gym, and sometimes I'll drag going in, but it gives me that extra boost, extra energy. So yeah, so far so good. So I'm gonna have to get some more from you.
Awesome. So I'll have some packets at the conference that people can purchase, and you can experience that for yourself. Yep, great workout on Keto OS. So definitely it's going to be one of those up-and-coming supplements that's going to be, very big in the performance arena, like the Ben Greenfields and all those guys. And Anthony DiClemente is already on to the exogenous ketone. So a lot of people in the sports fitness world are really kind of on fire with this technology right now. So we'll be happy to be bringing it to you. It'll be just one of the many things that we have to share at the East Coast Fitness and Nutrition Conference that's going to be in Lake Buena Vista, Florida. And the date is October 21st and 22nd. Am I right?
Right. And for those of you that do email me about a conference call to talk about your business, I'll even give you a deeper discount to the event. So let's see how that works. I'm just seeing how many people want to take me up on the offer. I won't buy it, I promise.
We want you to be there. This is not a conference without you getting something out of it. So we'll see you there. This is Sandra. To reach me, biohackingwellness@gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook at Biohacking Wellness or www.biohackingwellness.com. It's been a pleasure to talk with Jerry Martin tonight. Jerry, I can't wait to see you at the conference. I'm sure we'll talk before that. But thank you so much for your time. Anything you want to add before we wrap it up tonight?
Oh, that is it. Thank you very much.
All right. See you folks later. Have a great evening.